I'm Councilman Squilla, Chairman of the Committee of Streets and Services. A quorum of the committee is present. We will now begin a hearing. I'd like to introduce Councilman Johnson, Councilwoman Bass, and Councilman Blackwell to complete the quorum. I would now ask Mr. McMonigle to read the title of the first bill.
Bill number 130952, an ordinance establishing a one-way regulation on Marion Street from Hansberry Street to West Queen Lane northbound.
Please proceed. Will you state your name for the record and proceed with your testimony? Thank you.
My name is David DeLugos. I'm the District Traffic Engineer for the Department of Streets. I'm here to give testimony on Bill 130952. Streets Department has no objections to the bill. The street was converted to a one-way on a trial basis on November 5th, 2012. I'd be happy to take any questions that you would have on this bill.
Thank you for your testimony. Is there any questions on bill number 130952? Seeing none, anyone else here to testify on this bill? Seeing none, thank you. We'll go on to the... Okay, Mr. McDonald, please read the title of the next bill, please.
Bill number 130529, an ordinance authorizing Brandywine Syrup Post Office LP to construct, own, and maintain various right-of-way encroachments at 2970 Market Street, all under certain terms and conditions.
Please proceed to the table for the administration. State your name and proceed with your testimony. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chairman Squilla.
I'm sorry, we went out of order here, so it's 130529.
I think
Do you have that one?
I do, but I think I have a mistake here. But the bill is being amended, though, as I understand.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Chairman Squilla, members of the committee. My name is St. Martin Torrance, Director of Legislative Affairs with the Department of Streets, and I'm here to offer testimony on Bill number 130529. Permission is granted to Brandywine Syrup Post Office to authorize to construct, own, and maintain various right-of-way encroachments, and we don't have any objections to the bill.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your testimony. And any other questions on bill number 130529? Yes, Councilman Blackwell.
Thank you. We are quite aware of this project, and we wanted to say that we totally support that.
Thank you. And you support the amendment to this
Yes.
130529, right?
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Anyone else here to testify on 130529? Seeing none, Mr. McMonigle, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 140074, an ordinance authorizing Richard Lay to construct, own, and maintain a private pole electrical apparatus and aerial wire over, on, and under the south footway of the 3800 block of Powelton Avenue for supplying electric service to his vendor truck, all under certain terms and conditions.
Please proceed.
Good afternoon, Chairman Squilla, members of the Streets and Services Committee. My name is St. Martin Torrance, and I'm Director of Legislative Affairs at the Streets Department. I'm here to offer testimony on Bill number 140074. This bill grants permission to Richard Lay, owner and operator of a vending truck located on the 3800 block of Powelton Avenue, lunch truck, to install, use, and maintain an encroachment in the form of electrical wires, conduits, and appurtenances in the public right-of-way at the location as noted in Bill number 140074. The Streets Department does not support the passage of this legislation. The proposed encroachment is to provide electrical service to a non-permanent structure, and this may present a liability for the Streets Department. Thank you for your time. This concludes my testimony.
Thank you for your testimony. Any questions? Councilman Blackwell?
issue where Presbyterian Hospital is doing work there, and we're moving two vendors, or would like to, with the permission of this committee. We're just moving them a few feet out of the way so that Presbyterian can do their work. We didn't want them to lose their ability to earn a living. That's what this is about, just allowing these vendors to survive and continue with the electrical operation. They're vending cards, or vending.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Any other questions on bill number 140074? Anyone else here to testify on that bill? Seeing none, Ms. McMonigle, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 140077, an ordinance authorizing Bhuthia Vin to construct, own, and maintain a private pole electrical appurtenance and aerial wire over, on, and under the south footway of the 3800 block of Powelton Avenue for supplying electric service to his vendor truck on under certain terms and conditions.
Thank you. Please proceed with testimony.
Good afternoon, Chairman Squilla and members of the Streets and Services Committee. My name is St. Martin Torrance. I'm the Director of Legislative Affairs with the Department of Streets. I'm here to offer testimony on bill number 140077. This bill grants permission to Bhuthia Vin, owner and operator of a vending truck located on the 3800 block of Powelton Avenue, to install, use, and maintain an encroachment in the form of electrical wires, conduits, and appurtenances in the public right-of-way at the location as noted in bill number 140077. The Streets Department does not support the passage of this legislation. This proposed encroachment is to provide electrical service to a non-permanent structure, and this may present a liability for the Streets Department. Thank you for your time. This concludes my testimony.
Thank you. Any questions on this bill? Councilwoman Blackwell?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is again the same situation. It's just a few feet over they moved so that Presbyterian Hospital can do its work within that entrance. And we'd appreciate the committee's support. Thank you.
Okay, hold on. All right, thank you, Councilwoman Blackwell. Any other questions on this bill? Seeing none, anyone else here to testify on bill number 140077? Mr. McMonigle, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 140208, an ordinance legalizing an existing fence encroaching on the public right-of-way at 3301 Leicester Road, Philadelphia, PA, under certain terms and conditions.
Email me that also, all right? Please proceed.
Good afternoon, Chairman Squilla and members of the Streets and Services Committee. My name is St. Martin Torrance, and I'm the Director of Legislative Affairs with the Department of Streets. I'm here to offer testimony on bill number 140208. This bill authorizes Karen Pritchard, owner of the property at 3301 Leicester Road, to legalize an existing fence encroaching on the public right-of-way at the location noted in bill 140208. It is the policy of the Streets Department to deny fencing not in accordance with the Philadelphia Code section 11-6045. Fencing and railings. No fence or railing shall extend beyond the street line so as to reduce the width of the sidewalk to less than 16 feet, where the width of the street is 100 feet or more, to less than 14 feet, where the width of the street is between 80 and 100 feet, to less than 12 feet, where the width of the street is between 50 and 60 feet, or to less than 8 feet, where the width of the street is less than 50 feet. Therefore, the Streets Department cannot support the passage of this legislation. Thank you for your time. This concludes my testimony.
Greenlee's gone. No, she's done.
All right, thank you for your testimony. Any questions on bill number 140208? Seeing none, anyone else here to testify on this bill? Seeing none. Thank you. Mr. McMonigle, please read the title of the next bill, please.
Bill number 130954, an ordinance establishing a one-way regulation on Conlin Street from North 21st Street to Kemble Avenue eastbound.
Thank you. Thanks for coming back. State your name again and proceed with testimony.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. My name is David DeLugos, District Traffic Engineer for the Department of Streets. I'm here to offer testimony on bill number 130954. The Streets Department has no objections to this bill. The street was converted to a one-way operation on a trial basis starting on November 20th, 2012. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today, and I'd be happy to take any questions.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, anyone else here to testify on bill number 130954? Seeing none, Mr. McMonigle, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 140179, an ordinance establishing a no truck parking regulation on Midvale Avenue between Conrad Street and a point 1,000 feet west thereof on both sides of the street.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. My name is David DeLugos, District Traffic Engineer for the Department of Streets. I'm here today to offer testimony on Bill 140179. Streets Department has no objections to this bill, and upon passage, we can have the signs placed for this regulation within 3 weeks.
All right. Thank you for your testimony. Any questions? Seeing none. Anyone else here to testify on Bill number 140179? Seeing none. Thanks, Dave. Mr. McMonagle, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 140016, an ordinance authorizing the revision of lines and grades on a portion of City Plan number 271 by striking from the city plan and vacating an irregularly shaped portion of Laurel Street from Canal Street to Delaware Avenue by relocating the southwesterly house line of said Laurel Street a variable distance northeastwardly and reserving and placing on the city plan a right-of-way for sewer and drainage purposes, water main purposes, gas main purposes, and public utility purposes within the portion of Laurel Street being stricken under certain terms and conditions.
Thank you, Mr. McMonagle. I just want to recognize present at the hearing is Councilman Heenan. Thank you. Please state your name and proceed with your testimony.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. My name is Frank Morelli, Survey Bureau Manager of the Department of Streets, and the Department of Streets would like to offer the following testimony on Bill number 140016. This is an administration ordinance requested by the Water Department. The purpose of this ordinance is to relocate portions of the southwesterly house line and curb line of Laurel Street from Canal Street to Delaware and Frankfurt Avenues in order to more closely conform to the current and proposed conditions. This action is related to the Water Department's Northern Liberties Flood Relief Project. This ordinance is supported by the Department of Streets and is recommended to your committee for favorable action.
Thank you. Please proceed.
Good afternoon, Chairman Squilla and members of Streets and Services Committee. I'm Sarah Chu, City Planner with the Philadelphia City Planning Commission. I'm here to testify on Bill number 140016, which Councilmember Squilla introduced on January 23, 2014. Bill number 140016 is to relocate portions of house line and curb lines of Laurel Street from Canal to Delaware Avenue and Frankfurt Avenue in order to have them more closely conform to its current conditions. The proposal is to allow the adjacent business owner to use the additional land area as loading, since PennDOT took away the owner's ability to continue use Delaware Avenue for such purpose a few years ago. This action is related to Water Department's Northern Liberties Flood Relief Project, which involves installing new sewer main in the reserved drainage right-of-way area. The City Planning Commission had considered this bill at its meeting on March 18, 2014, and recommended it for approval. This concludes my testimony. I appreciate the opportunity to testify before you today, and I'd be pleased to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you for your testimony. Any questions on Bill number 140016? Seeing none, anyone else here to testify on Bill number 140016? Thank you. Mr. McMonagle, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 140018, an ordinance authorizing and directing the changing of the name of Wishart Street from 17th Street westwardly and northwestwardly to Allegheny Avenue to Lippincott Street.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. My name is Frank Morelli, Survey Bureau Manager of the Department of Streets, and the Department of Streets would like to offer the following testimony on Bill number 140018. This is an administration ordinance requested by the Streets Department. The purpose of this ordinance is to change the official name of Wishart Street from 17th Street westwardly and northwestwardly to Allegheny Avenue to Lippincott Street. This change has been requested by residents of this block who commonly refer to the street as Lippincott Street. Research indicates this matter has revealed that the deeds and the tax accounts for the properties fronting on this street all cite the name of the street as Lippincott, even though the official name, according to the Streets Department records, has always been Wishart Street. This action will eliminate confusion as to the correct name of this street and will assist in identifying locations in this area for emergency responders. This ordinance is supported by the Department of Streets and is recommended to your committee for favorable action.
Thank you for your testimonies. Any questions on Bill number 140018? Seeing none, anyone else here to testify on that bill, 140018? Seeing none, Mr. McMonagle, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 140097, an ordinance authorizing the revision of lines and grades on a portion of City Plan number 307 by striking from the city plan and vacating certain subsurface portions of 15th Street between Arch Street and John F. Kennedy Boulevard, 16th Street between Arch Street and Cuthbert Street, and Arch Street from 16th Street to a point east of 15th Street.
Frank, please proceed. Mr. Morelli.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. My name is Frank Morelli, Survey Bureau Manager of the Department of Streets, and the Department of Streets would like to offer the following testimony on Bill number 140097. This is an administration ordinance requested by the Law Department. The purpose of this ordinance is to authorize the striking from the city plan and vacating of certain subsurface portions of 15th Street between Arch Street and JFK Boulevard, 16th Street between Arch Street and Cuthbert Street, and Arch Street from 16th Street to a point east of 15th Street. The city has proposed to sell the underground parking garage located beneath JFK Plaza, also known as Love Park, to a private operator. Portions of the structure of the underground garage extend beneath the beds of 15th, 16th, and Arch Street. The striking and vacating of the subsurface portions of these streets, which are occupied by the underground garage, will eliminate the encroachment of the garage into the public rights-of-way and resolve the issue of an encumbrance to the conveyance of the garage. This ordinance is supported by the Department of Streets and is recommended to your committee for favorable action.
Good afternoon, Chairman Squilla and members of Streets and Services Committee. I'm Sarah Chu, City Planner with the Philadelphia City Planning Commission. I'm here to testify on Bill number 140097, which Councilmember Greenlee introduced for Council President Clark on February 20, 2014. Bill number 140097 is to strike and vacate a certain portion of subsurface of 15th Street between Arch and JF Kennedy Boulevard, 16th Street between Arch and Cuthbert Street, and Arch Street from 16th Street to a point east of 15th. This action is to facilitate the conveyance of Love Park Garage. The City Planning Commission had recommended approval for property bills number 130901 and 130902 at its meeting of January 28, 2014. Therefore, at its meeting of March 18, 2014, the Planning Commission recommended approval for Bill number 140097 as an item in accord with previous policy. This concludes my testimony. I appreciate the opportunity to testify before you today and be pleased to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony. Any questions? Seeing none, anyone else here to testify on Bill number 140097? Thank you. Before we read the title of the next bill, I'd like to recognize Councilwoman Quinona Sanchez present at the hearing. Mr. McGonigal, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 140102, an ordinance authorizing a revision of lines of grades on a portion of City Plan number 308 by striking from the City Plan and vacating Cypress Street from Broad Street to Watt Street, and reserving and placing on the City Plan a right-of-way for various utility purposes, such as may be necessary, within a portion of Cypress Street being stricken under certain terms and conditions.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. My name is Frank Morelli, Survey Bureau Manager of the Department of Streets, and the Department of Streets would like to offer the following testimony on Bill number 140102. This is not an administration ordinance, but an ordinance requested by Mr. Thomas Chapman of Blank Rome. The purpose of this ordinance is to facilitate a proposed development of the adjacent properties located at the northeast and southeast corners of Broad and Cypress Streets, consisting of a new hotel, residence, retail, and parking. This ordinance is supported by the Department of Streets and is recommended to your committee for favorable action.
Please proceed.
Good afternoon, Chairman Squilla and members of Streets and Services Committee. I'm Sarah Chu, City Planner with the Philadelphia City Planning Commission. I'm here to testify on Bill 140102, which Councilmember Squilla introduced on February 20th of this year. Bill number 140102 is to strike and vacate Cypress Street from Broad to Watt Street and reserve and place it on the city plan a right-of-way for utility purposes. This action is to facilitate a proposed mixed-use development at Broad and Spruce Streets. The Planning Commission had recommended approval for Zoning Bill 130908 at its meeting on February 18, 2014. Therefore, at its meeting of March 18, 2014, the Planning Commission recommended approval for Bill number 140102 as an item in accord with previous policy. This concludes my testimony. I appreciate the opportunity to testify before you today, and I'd be pleased to answer any questions you may have.
Testify on Bill number 140102. Thank you. Just All right, state your name, whoever's going first, state your name for the record, and then proceed with your testimony.
I'll go first. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Peter Kelson, I'm here on behalf of Dronow Properties, SLS Hotels, to request passage of Bill number 140102, authorizing the striking and vacating of Cypress Street between Broad Street and Watt Street. The street striking is required in order for us to proceed with the development of the SLS International Hotel and Residences on the property located in the southeast corner of Broad and Spruce Street. I believe that members of the committee are familiar with this project based on the prior legislation that was passed. That was ordinance number 130908A, and we would be happy to answer any questions you may have. We've been also pleased to put into the record the fact that we've worked extensively with the community, with representatives from Unite, to achieve a resolution and to move forward. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, and we'll wait till your testimony is over, and if anybody has questions, we'll ask both. All right, please proceed.
Good afternoon, Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Brandon Evans. I'm here on behalf of Unite Here, the Hotel, Casino, and Food Service Workers Union. We support this project. We'd like the bill to go forward. We think it's a project of the highest caliber and will only add value to South Broad and Philadelphia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilman Johnson, questions?
Yes, thank you. How you doing? This is geared toward Unite Here. Giving us an idea of what type of resolution was reached that y'all signed off and said this is a great project.
Well, we were able to come to a labor peace agreement with the developer and the operator.
Okay,
Excuse
thank
me,
you.
that was SLS?
Yes, that was SLS.
Okay. Also, there was another agreement, I guess, with the communities, and I think we're close to agreement with some of the adjoining neighbors and condo associations.
Yes, Chairman Squilla. We have, we're at the end zone, literally, of a memorandum of understanding with representatives of the Center City 1 condominium. I think it's fair to say we've achieved agreement on all of the business points, and we've exchanged the last version of the documents most recently last night together with exhibits. So I'm very optimistic that we will achieve a signed MOU agreement with Center City 1. In addition, we've had extensive meetings with representatives of the community, including 5 separate meetings with the Washington Square West Civic Association. They've been very good about facilitating meetings with the stakeholders and near neighbors, and that has also resulted in Wash West issuing a non-opposition to both the rezoning bill, which has occurred, as well as the street striking bill that we're here today with you. We will continue to work with Washington Square and our immediate neighbors as we move forward in the project. Most specifically, we will meet with them again as we advance toward the civic design review stage of this exciting project. As you recall, this is a $200 million state-of-the-art development anchoring the Avenue of the Arts South. It will actively employ on a permanent basis over 400 employees on the hotel side, and it will involve close to over 1,000 construction-related jobs during the course of the project. And that was provided earlier to the Rules Committee.
Thank you. I also see here we have a copy of the memorandum of agreement. Have both parties seen that?
Yes, we've seen it.
Okay, great. Well, thank you. I mean, I think it's going to be a great project, and hopefully we can move forward with that. Is there any other questions for bill number 140102? Thank you so much for your testimony.
Thank you.
I appreciate the willingness to work together to come to some type of solution and conclusion.
We think a win-win is the way to go.
Great to hear.
We would
Thank you
ask
so
for
much.
suspension of the rules if the committee is so desires.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Mr. McMonigle, anybody else here to testify on bill number 140102? Seeing none, Mr. McMonigle, please read the title of the last bill.
Bill number 140210, an ordinance establishing a parking regulation on 16th Street East Side, Alny Avenue to Chew Avenue.
Thank you. You want to state your name and proceed?
Good afternoon, Council. My name is Dion Braceley, Deputy Manager at the Philadelphia Parking Authority. Thank you for allowing me to testify before you today. The Philadelphia Parking Authority has no objection to the bill previously read before Council and recommends favorable consideration. Thank
All
you
right,
again.
and the favorable consideration is for the amended copy that we have?
Yes.
Correct. So you're in favor of that? Okay. Thank you very much. Any other questions on that bill, Bill number 140210? Seeing none, anyone else here to testify on Bill 140210? Seeing none. Thank you very much. That will conclude the hearing on Committee of Streets and Services, and we'll now go into a public meeting. The chair will, oh no, before we do that, I'm sorry, let's go back into the hearing. Bill number 130953 will be withdrawn by the request of the sponsor. Bill number 130953 has been withdrawn. Now we'll go into a public meeting and the hearing, and Chair recognizes Councilwoman Canona Sanchez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move for the amendment to Bill 1300529 be adopted. It has been shared with the committee.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. The amendment passes for Bill number 130529.
I move that Bill 130529, as amended, be moved out of committee with a favorable recommendation, and the rules of council be suspended to allow first reading at our next council session.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Bill number 130529, as amended with suspension of the rules, will be approved. Councilwoman?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move that Bill 1, the amendment that has been circulated to committee for the Bill 140210.
1402, as amended.
I need a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Bill number 140210 has been amended and approved.
Mr. Chair, I move that Bill 140210, as amended, be moved out of committee with a favorable recommendation, and the further move that the rules of council be suspended to allow first reading at our next session. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Seeing none, the ayes have the bill has passed as amended, and that's Bill number 140210.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I move that the following bills, 130952, 130954, 140179, 140074, 140077, 140208, 140016, 140018, 140097, 140102, be moved out of committee with a favorable recommendation. I further move the rules of council be suspended to allow first reading at our next council session. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. The bills read recently into the hearing have been passed, and the Committee of Streets and Services meeting will be complete, and thank you for your attendance.
Thank you.